I've got the privilege to talk to you about our company portfolio, and I'm really excited about it. Although this reddish glowing color on my face is not the color of excitement, it's the color of not applying enough sunscreen under the San Diego sun. But luckily for me, I won't have this problem here in Boston, at least not in the upcoming few days. Nevertheless, I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy to give you this talk about what we have to offer. And this talk will be structured into two parts. The first part will be about the vision, how we see the near future, the upcoming future of ChemAxon, and what are the directions that we are facing. And then the second part will be about the actual products that we have to offer. Before jumping in the middle, let me tell you a story about how innovation and development works at ChemAxon. And if you had the chance to share a project with us, then you probably well know that we very often ask the question, why? Why do we do that? So here will come a few responses, few feedback from our clients, from you. Just give you a few examples. I would like to draw a synthesis scheme. So then we go, why? What would you like to do? Then here's another one. When optimizing a lead, I'm testing my ideas by trial and error. Why? What is your approach? Or a third one. I would like to go with ChemAxon. Are you compatible with my favorite ELN? Why? What is your workflow? So why are we asking these why questions over and over again? Well, it all boils down to a very simple scheme, a very simple idea introduced by Simon Sinek, who is a motivational speaker and a company consultant. And you may have came across one of his motivational talks or inspirational talks about all kinds of different things on TED or on YouTube. And the idea is, he called this the golden circle. And the idea is that behind every innovation and behind every new idea, there's always the why question, and that forms the core. That's the purpose, that's the motivation, the driving force towards that innovation. And this is exactly what we are trying to also understand. What is your driving force to achieve a goal? And by better understanding that part, we can better help you, and we believe that we can create better applications for you. So with this very short kickoff, I would like to now move to the vision, what we have in mind for the upcoming years. No boundaries in chemistry drawing. We understand that our otherwise very popular web component, MarvinJS, leaves a void in content-rich chemistry drawing. So therefore, we are rethinking chemistry drawing at ChemAxon, and we would like to improve your drawing experience by introducing new features into this product. For example, to be able to insert images, shapes, or custom errors, so that you can create more vivid and more lively figures for publication quality, for printing. Also, we'd like to make you able to create multi-step reaction schemes. This is to some extent already possible, already an option in MarvinJS, but we'd like to significantly expand this so that you can even create your complex reaction schemes or synthesis schemes. And also, we would like to make a more native and more seamless integration of structure checker so that you can focus on drawing and science and not on the smaller bits. If you'd like to know more about this, then please stay tuned for the next talk coming up, delivered by Effie Hoffman, who is the product owner of the Marvin products. We will also have a workshop, as János mentioned, later today. Fast thinking requires fast responses. Hitting you over lunch or just at a high pace, these ideas might come anytime, and they require a fast response, because if you can challenge your ideas, at a high speed, then you can also improve them at a high speed so that you can reach your impact much faster. And for that, we are always seeking new challenges with creating faster and faster search, chemistry search. And not only faster search, but also we are experimenting with new techniques, exciting different database types. Good example is graph databases. So we are developing chemistry search in graph databases. What are these graph databases anyway? They've been around for a while, but they've gained popularity in the past few years because of their unique way of storing data. So in a graph database, if you insert a new piece of information to the database, then that information will be stored based on its connection, based on its relationship with the already existing knowledge in the database. And this kind of different representation, different data model opens up new opportunities which would otherwise remain hidden in a conventional relational data model. And as I said, we are also interested in improving speed. So for that, we are working on distributed search, which is, we believe, the way to significantly improve search speeds on really large data sets. What you can think here is chemical databases of the size of a few billion structures. And even though we think currently there is no chemistry big data, but we do believe that there is a thin layer of chemical data in the big data concept, and we are also interested to figure out how to search that and figure out how to handle that. So if any of these topics sound interesting or you would like to know more, then please have a chat with András Wolfort, who is the product owner of the JChem search family. Ideas and inspiration come anytime, anywhere. This is very true, and it might be just over lunch, so or in the bathroom while taking a shower. You need to have a way to quickly capture those ideas, because otherwise they might just slip away and never come back, and then you lose a good idea, or at least an idea which is worth to consider. So probably for capturing the idea in the shower, you would need a waterproof laptop or a tablet, and for that, ChemAxon is not the right place to turn. But instead, what we can offer you is high availability services, which allows you to access your work environment anytime. And you can think of that as part of your everyday life anyway. Just if you imagine how you use your emails or how you interact with your social network, it's part of our everyday life. These high availability services are already part of our personal lives. So why wouldn't they be part of our professional life as well? Sorry. And so we imagine a system where you would be able to capture your ideas, your observations, as well as your hypotheses in the same place as structural and non-structural information or analytical measurement data. And even though there are lots of bits and pieces already on the table provided by ChemAxon, we also understand that there might be some missing components. And instead of trying to provide all these missing components straight away, what we offer here is the environment for these missing components. And the way we call it is ChemAxon Synergy. And ChemAxon Synergy is our cloud platform for application integration, which encourages a best-of-breed system, so you can cherry-pick whichever product, whichever component you like, and you can build and combine for your own workflow. Also, with the help of our experienced consultancy service, it's not your problem anymore. You can rely on our expertise to create the integration for you. If this is something that you think you would find useful, then please have a chat with Csaba Perc, who is the product owner of Synergy, as well as our cloud solutions. Information should enable and not overwhelm. As scientists, we all know that the available knowledge out there is expanding very rapidly, day by day. And many times, when we ask a scientific question, it's really difficult to find the answer, because we have to look many different directions. Just take a look at this slide, and this is just a few examples of the chemical databases out there. So imagine that you ask a scientific question, and then you have to look at all of these places to find your answer, including probably your corporate database as well. How would you do it? There are different user interfaces, the data model is different, the data structure is different, probably different kind of data is stored in each of these databases, as well as some of them are also overlapping. It's surely not an easy task, and definitely not a pleasant one. So what if we could provide a search that is able to search an arbitrary number of chemical data using a single user interface? So if this is something that you think would answer a question that you had already, then please have a chat with Norbert Schasch, and definitely tune for his talk coming up tomorrow on this topic. And if you would like to grab him over coffee, then just shout the word haystack, and he will surely listen. Oops. So with that last part, I would like to continue with the portfolio bit. So far we've been talking about what's the future and how we believe the future of our future ChemAxon will look like. And now your well-deserved product portfolio. So I'm sure you are well familiar with this depiction of the drug discovery cycle, but it actually very nicely applies to any chemical discovery workflows. It consists of the well-known 4 steps: design, make, test, and analyze. And for each of these steps, ChemAxon has ChemAxon has functionality to offer. For design, of course, chemical drawing is important, so we offer structure sketchers, as well as based on the structures, we offer physicochemical property predictors. And there's also an interesting member of our product portfolio for the design part, and that is live drug design, our live drug design platform, which allows you to get an instant feedback on your ideas and on your structures. So as you modify, as you evolve your idea, you will get a live feedback on how changes in the structure appear in physicochemical properties or in other meanings. Anyway, for the make phase, once structures have been synthesized, structural information as well as related metadata and associated data has to be stored consistently, hopefully in a database. For that, we offer small and large molecule registration systems, as well as for checking on whether a compound you are working with is controlled in a particular country or not. We offer a compliance checker. For the test stage of the drug discovery cycle or the chemical discovery cycle, once the data starts to come in, we offer data management or assay data management system, as well as our search engines to quickly interrogate that data. And finally, for visualization and reporting, we have some nice solutions as well. So today, I grouped our product portfolio into 5 major categories. So this is how you will see them coming up next. We will talk about structure search, drug design and discovery, chemistry and documents, Marcus technologies, and online education, which is a completely new product line for ChemAxon. I'm sure most of you are familiar with at least one member of the JChem family. Probably the most well-known is JChem Base. The development started some 20 years ago, so it's a really mature product, and yet it's still very robust and very popular, probably because of its superior chemistry. It's really strong. It has a really strong chemistry built into it, and it delivers decent search speeds. But of course, development never stops. So we are, if you remember, we are always looking at new challenges in chemical search. So we came up with the second generation search engine, which provides an even faster search speeds, a considerably faster search. And not just that, but also relevance. So as you get your result, it's not just fast, but it's also more significant to you. So instead of getting the results in a random order, you get the most similar, the most relevant first. And this second generation engine is built into two of our cartridge technologies, the JChem Postgres cartridge, as well as the new product, Coral Oracle cartridge for the loyal Oracle customers. And it's also part of our JChem microservices, which is a scalable modular web chem informatics environment to create web applications with smart chem informatics. If you'd like to get your hands dirty with a little bit of coding, then as János mentioned in the beginning, we will have a workshop on Coral Oracle cartridge where you can try your typing skills and familiarize yourself with that product. If a chemical hashed fingerprint does not give you enough freedom and you think you need more to create, to have an exploratory type search, then MattFast similarity search engine is a good choice because it offers a wide variety of similarity metrics combined with lots of different molecular descriptors, which might even be your own custom molecular descriptor. And also, MattFast is really fast. It's an in-memory search. So how fast is really fast? It delivers the first hits on a 60 million database in 80 milliseconds, or below 5 seconds on a 1 billion dataset. And if this is something that you think you could use, then please have a chat with Gábor Imre, who is the product owner of MattFast. Our next topic is drug design and discovery. And usually the first step in that is chemistry drawing. We offer MarvinSketch for publication quality drawing in a desktop environment. Probably many of you are familiar with MarvinSketch as it is built into our desktop products as the drawing toolkit. And MarvinJS, our web component for drawing, is also quite popular. That's also can be found in many places. By the way, there will be a workshop on MarvinJS coming up in the afternoon, this afternoon. And so these two provide the best experience on small molecules, up to several hundred, maybe 1,000 atoms. But what about macromolecules? We said no boundaries in chemistry drawing. What are macromolecules anyway? So macromolecules are polymer structures, polymeric structures of well-defined monomers. Macromolecules are very often of biological origin or modified from their biological counterpart. Good examples are DNA, consisting of nucleotides or peptides and proteins made up of amino acids. Or you can even think of antibodies as large molecules as large as antibodies. And but it's not the sheer size of the molecule that requires a different type of thinking and a different type of representation, because for macromolecules we do need some types of different type of representation. So if not only size, then what? Just take a look at this relatively simple structure, cyclosporine. And if you look at the atom-based representation, it's really difficult to find and see the different monomers that build up this molecule. So what if we could represent it like that, with the monomeric structure, so we can immediately see if there is any change, if there is any modification in one of the parts. So if this kind of representation looks useful to you, then macromolecule editing capabilities of ChemAxon will also sound interesting. BioEddy is our tool for creating such macromolecules. using the monomer-based representation, while it still keeps the ability to create an atom-based rendering of the same structure. We are also experimenting with an agnostic registration system, which is meant to be able to register small and large molecules as well in a concise and consistent way, standardizing the molecules as well, using a perception engine which automatically decides if a submission should be treated as a small molecule or a large molecule. If you would like to hear more about this, then definitely find Roland Nispel over one of the breaks or during one of the Picnic with the PO sessions, and have a talk to him. But he will also have a talk on small molecule registration coming up, and also the biologics portfolio of ChemAxon. For molecule design, we offer Marvin Live, which is our live drug design platform, live drug design and ideation platform. As I mentioned in the beginning, it gives instant feedback on what you modify on your structure, and it uses or can use many different plugins to give you instant feedback. For example, can you use the physicochemical property predictors that we have. And once you have your ideas captured, then you usually diversify them or create compound series. For that, we offer Plexus design with scaffold and reaction-based enumeration. If you would like to know more how we believe the future of live drug design or at least drug design software at ChemAxon will look like, then please talk to András Strác, who is the product owner of Marvin Live. Once data is available, analytical or biological data, and you would like to store that in a standardized way and evaluate and visualize the data as well, then our first solution might come really handy, our compound and assay data management solution, which benefits from three ChemAxon products: compound registration for standardized small molecule registration, Plexus Connect with the new charts expansion for visualization and creation of vivid figures, interactive figures, as well as structure and activity relationship reporting. And we also offer ChemAxon Assay for storing standardized assay data. We will have a talk tomorrow on this product, delivered by Lenka Kardova, Csaba Perc, and Miklós Szabó. And there will also be, following that talk, a good workshop where you can actually try this compound and assay data management solution. When it comes to chemistry in documents, you can think of either searching chemistry in documents or actually creating chemistry in documents. Starting with finding chemistry in documents. Imagine a situation that you have patents in PDF and peer-reviewed papers in PDFs, and maybe you have internal reports by your company in Word format, and you're looking for a particular compound or related compounds to a substructure. So how would you search that data set, that unstructured data set? There's no easy way using just simple text-based search, because the chemical names can be different, different naming conventions can be used, and also there's no way to actually search for a substructure or similar structures. So in that scenario, Chem Locator can come really useful, because Chem Locator processes all the documents you give to it, and create a structural database. It picks up all the chemical names and converts them into structure, as well as it picks up structure images and converts also those into structures, searchable structures. If you ever face this problem and you think could use a help here, then please have a talk with Dávid, who is the Chem Locator product owner. To create chemistry in documents, JChem for Office is a very powerful tool. It is able to insert rich chemistry content into Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and Outlook as well. In Excel, you even get full access to the physical-chemical property predictors by ChemAxon. So anything that you can do based on a structure, you can have access to that functionality in Microsoft Excel. We are also working on the Office Online version of this product for those who are interested in cloud-based platform, cloud-based document management systems like Office Online. And we are also working on JChem for Office Lite, which will be a replacement to the OLE technology. So with JChem for Office Lite, we hope to get you off the misery of trying to convert different structure types, different formats. So imagine you have one type of chemical editor, you paste in a structure from that editor, and then someone else opens the same document and tries to edit the chemical structure. If they don't have the same software, then they will be in trouble, of course. So with this JChem for Office Lite, we will be offering an environment, a seamless environment, where you can paste from any even third-party chemical editors, get the same rendering inside the document, and someone else who is opening the same document, they will be able to open the structure for editing in the most suitable editor. Oops. For Marcus technologies are present in many ChemAxon products. I will give you two major examples of this. What are Marcus structures anyway? They consist of, Marcus structures usually, well, they describe related chemicals, related compounds, and they very often describe a larger chemical space, sometimes well-defined, sometimes only vaguely defined. And the Marcus structure consists of two parts, a scaffold and a definition which sets the boundaries of that chemical space. Where can you find Marcus structures? You can find them typically in IP documents, in patents, for example, as the Marcus claim, as the claim of the patent. As well as they prove to be useful in controlled substance detection. We use Marcus structures to chemically describe the chemical space a particular legislative document covers. For the patent world, we offer Chem Creator as a deep analysis tool for patents, and you can even recreate semi-manually the patent claim into a Marcus structure, and then use Marcus search to test your compound series against that Marcus claim and find out whether any of your compounds are covered by the claim. In Compliance Checker, what we offer is a knowledge base including the legislation of 18 countries and 5 international conventions to detect the particular controlled substances in those countries. If you would like to know more about Compliance Checker, there will be an application study tomorrow. As I mentioned, the new product line is online education. Currently, we have one piece of product in this area, and that is Zosimos, which is our content-independent quiz framework. We target this to our publisher partners to allow them to make even more interactive content, interactive in terms of chemistry. And we also offer this to teachers, to professors, chemistry professors, as well as study groups and students, so that they can create nice and interesting chemical quizzes and hopefully make chemistry teaching and learning fun. If you would like to know more about this product, then please contact Erika Biro, who is the product owner of Zosimos. So this was the last product I wanted to cover in this talk today, and I know that there were lots of them. So as the ending, I would like to give you an overview of what we talked about and give you a take-home message. So, oops. one by one if I can. So, as I showed you, we are continuously improving our search technologies to make sure that your fast thinking gets fast responses. And we also believe that since inspiration and ideas might come anytime, we need these high availability services to give you the environment to capture your ideas. So we are constantly improving our intuitive cloud applications for drug discovery. And we also offer our flexible consultancy service so that you don't have to learn every bits and pieces of the software. We can create the environment for you. We can configure the workflows for you. And only a few final remarks at the end. So you probably noticed, and János also mentioned in the beginning, that the theme of this year's UGM is superheroes. You can see it on the badges and some of the decoration. So when I was preparing for this talk today, someone asked me, what are the superpowers of ChemAxon? And I started thinking, and the first thing that came to my mind was that it's surely chemistry, because chemistry makes us different. We have a strong chemistry background at ChemAxon. But then I continued thinking, and the next thing that was obvious is that we are trying to make our integrators and our partners happy by providing the knowledge they require, giving the documentation of our products, as well as providing integration points and application programming interfaces, hoping that they can make a good use of it. So it's definitely our integrability what makes us strong. But then I came across a few of those user feedback, those client quotations that you saw at the beginning of my presentation. I just cherry-picked a few of those. And then I realized that actually it's you who are our superheroes, because you are driving the innovation at ChemAxon, and you are telling us the directions. And this is why we find it so important to ask those why questions, so that we can create the best software for you, the best solutions for you. And with this, I'd like to thank you. And I wish you a very interesting and useful 1.5 days on this UGM.